This is Behind the Mic with AudioFile Magazine. I'm Joe Reed, and I have a special guest today. As we get ready for AudioFile's Best Audiobooks of the Year reveal on December 4th, we thought we would ask some of the people who work at the magazine for their personal audiobook gift ideas. And we're beginning with Jennifer Dowell. Jen is the managing editor of AudioFile, but more importantly, she is the glue that holds us all together. Jen, welcome. And I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. Well, it's very fun to get to talk to you because I'm usually more behind the scenes, which is where I'm happy to be, working on the magazine and doing our newsletters and basically picking all the places where we're going to feature all the reviews that we like to talk about.
Exactly. As I said, the glue that holds us all
Well,
together.
thank you. That's very kind.
But you also have your finger on the pulse of so many different audiobooks, or your ear is tuned to them. So, what audiobook do you want to give away? Do you think is a great gift idea?
Well, I know that you and Emily just recently had a great conversation about this audiobook, but I'm going to talk about it again because I have a little extra connection to it, and that is Smitten Kitchen Keepers, a kitchen counter conversation, written and read by Deb
Mm.
Perelman. And the exciting bit for me was that I got actually to interview Deb for the December issue of the magazine.
What? So tell us.
I'm a huge, huge Smitten Kitchen fangirl and fan of Deb. I have been cooking her recipes for years and years. So when I had this opportunity, I was thrilled. And she was an absolute delight. She's just as genuine as she seems like she is in her audiobook and in her recipes and on her blog and everything. So it was a lot of fun.
Oh god, that is such a relief, right? I mean, that's always the fear. Like, please be the person I think you are.
That's right. That's right. Well, she was delightful. So that was very fun.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Tell us, just in case somebody missed the episode with Emily, tell us a little bit why you are so taken with Smitten Kitchen Keepers.
Yeah, so what it is it's basically a companion to her cookbook, her print cookbook of the same name. And, her cookbook is like a 300-page cookbook. And Smitten Kitchen Keepers is just kind of an entry into it, in that she selects several recipes from the book and she reads the head notes that in the cookbook that you would find there. But then she just kind of goes off and sort of, extemporizes about challenges that she might have faced while she was thinking up this recipe, challenges that people who are trying to cook it might worry about. And it's just she's a companion to you as you're working on these recipes. And the reason I think it would be a really fun gift is to give it in conjunction with the cookbook, either to someone who already likes to cook, or maybe to someone who has expressed a wish to like get into the kitchen more and learn to cook more. Because I think just getting a big, beautiful cookbook with all the glossy pictures and all the recipes, it's like what a great gift, but also it can be a little bit intimidating. Like, where do you start? And so by listening to this audiobook, she gives you a place to start. And she's sort of holding your hand through several of her favorite recipes.
Well, why don't we listen to a little bit right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Smitten Kitchen Keepers, a kitchen counter conversation. It's written and read by Deb Perelman. Here we go.
My favorite way to talk about cooking, my favorite way to explain recipes to other people, and my favorite way to have recipes explained to me has never channeled anything you'd get from a culinary school textbook, a fancy chef demonstration, or even many printed recipes edited for precision and page count. What I prefer, what I respond to, and what makes sense to me has always been a conversational tone, the one you'd take with a friend who's also just trying to make this dinner thing happen. I like that you can insert questions and aspects about the recipe that cause you to panic and be reassured. Honestly, if you've never panicked mid recipe because a batter looked lumpy, a sauce seemed too smoky, or you were certain your best laid culinary intentions were heading for the garbage disposal, I don't believe you. I need mid recipe reassurance. I need a phone a friend feature.
I just love her tone. It's so intimate, it's so conversational. I mean, she's absolutely the friend anybody would want in the kitchen.
Exactly. And when I interviewed her, one of the things she said is that to her, the question, what are we having for dinner, is like one of the fundamental questions of humanity. She acknowledges this is a very privileged thing, but for a lot of people, thinking about that, what you're going to have for dinner, what am I going to make? Is it going to turn out? How expensive is it going to be? Like, that's something she thinks about all the time. And she loves having those conversations.
It really does sound like a wonderful companion to the cookbook, and her voice is just charming. I keep saying that, but I want to know her.
I know. I do too. I do too. I wish I didn't only interview her over Zoom. I want to go to New York and hang out with her.
Jen, it was such a pleasure. You have to do this again.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Jen. We were talking about Smitten Kitchen Keepers, a kitchen counter conversation. It's written and read by Deb Perelman, and that is Jenn Dowell's audiobook gift selection. This episode of Behind the Mic is made possible by Brilliance Publishing. I'm Jo Reed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.